What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a comparison video between the SH Monsterarts Godzilla King of the Monsters poster version and the Neca Godzilla King of the Monsters version 2. The last time I did one of these, I said that was gonna be the last time I did one, or it might be the last time. But here we are, because the second round between, it's like the 10th round between Neca and SH Monsterarts, but the second round of the King of the Monsters line had to happen. Because while these are vastly different figures, vastly different approaches, even kind of saying there's something different between them, they're basically, based on the same thing. So, I had to go there. Had to, do the comparison between these two figures. And I kind of like them both. Like if you saw this review over the summer, towards the end of the summer, there was things about it that I found weird. Like the weird purple in there, and the Raver type eye shadow. Things like that. But I gotta tell you, in that time since, this guy has grown on me a lot. A whole lot. This brand new SH Monsterarts Godzilla King of the Monsters is done in translucent plastic. And it was pretty much a Japanese exclusive that comes with the Blu-ray set. The movie set, I should say, because there's 4K in there and whatever. DVD and, all kinds of extra goodies. And it's a Japanese exclusive. This was not available here, so you had to order it. Like, I ordered mine through Amazon Japan, and there was other places you could have ordered it from. This guy is very cool. It's a very cool approach. It's the same approach they're going to be using for their Burning Godzilla, and as you saw, Neca used that approach, the translucent plastic approach, for their Burning Godzilla. So that'll be a much more interesting review, I think, well, comparison, because of that. So, right off the bat, we're gonna talk plastics here. And, Neca uses their nice sturdy plastic that they use, and this is a more translucent plastic, which historically is a more brittle plastic. So this does feel a little bit different, maybe a little bit lighter than the original version of this. I could be wrong about that, but there is something about it that does feel like that. Even at the dorsal fins, you can hear it. It feels a little bit different. So, in terms of plastic, this time, even though I always say I love, the material used in the SH Monsterarts, I'm gonna give it to Neca because it's more sturdy and it, it doesn't feel like it's ever gonna break, which is great. While this I'm a little scared of, and I'm a little more scared of it because of the price point. But let's quickly talk about that price point, because, you're not just getting the Godzilla. Like, the set came out to about, depending on where you got it, anywhere between $140 and $160. There was also, different kind of little versions of it. But you did get some awesome stuff. You get the Japanese movie set, which comes with some really nice artwork here. The interior of the set is awesomely laid out. The picture's great. I mean, check out my review of the stuff if you want to go a little more in depth. You get the steel book. You get this placard here, which you could put Godzilla in front if you want. That's really nice. This little stand up. You get this folder here, which is also very, very nice. So you get a lot of stuff there, and then you get, obviously, this, and, it's a lot. But the original version of this was a more discounted figure. When you make it an exclusive and you make it more premium, it's gonna drive up the price. So I cost this out about $90 here, and that rests us at maybe about $40-50, depending. I'm not the biggest movie guy, but I'd say in that area, especially, it's a Japanese import, so it is very, very pricey, and that's why I'm saying, anything with this guy is gonna be scrutinized a little bit more, even though you know, it is very cool. Of course, the Neca is only like 20-something bucks. It comes with a couple of effect parts, and it's just like a decent deal. So, like, right off the bat, I mean, you know, this is definitely, you know, don't go crazy trying to get the SH Monsterarts at this point, because if you didn't pre-order it, it's already aftermarketed. So there's no chance of you scoring that for the retail cost at this point. It's like that. So, like, this is the way you want to go. And I think you'll be happy with that anyway, because personally, I think this is the best of the 3 that Neca did of this mold. In terms of sculpt, you know, I've already, you know, been on record, and I really can't change that, saying that I really like the sculpt more here than I do here. The teeth look better. I know this head is a little smaller than this, but overall, I did like this one overall better. That doesn't change here because it's the same sculpt. I did give, in my original comparison of the previous 2, the dorsal fins on the Neca the better edge. That's obviously still the same. Now, the most important part to me though is the paint. And this is very, very cool the way it's done with the metallic here, which just becomes very, very cool and translucent. However, this thing grew on me a lot. I didn't like the paint in the beginning, but I really like it now. This version 2 Atomic Blast version, whatever you want to call it. I think it's really cool, and the way like they did a lot of the like paint going downwards, it's clean, it looks really good, you know, and this is again in stark contrast to their Burning Godzilla, which I thought the paint was kind of messy. This guy, if you just saw my review of this, like, he has got some spots where that metallic just isn't there. Like here, most egregiously. I just can't stop looking at it. So that is very, very big factor in my enjoyment of the figure, because, you know, like, that, it's just important. It's a very important factor. And, you know, this, like, just looks normal. You know, whereas this is very nicely done, nice and uniform. The eyes are good, which was a big problem with the original one. So, guys, in terms of paint, I ended up liking the Neca more. Now, articulation is very easy. I mean, it's hands down the SH Monsterarts, and that's, you know, no different than the time before. The articulation's great here. The articulation's not so great here, but the one thing I will say is this is starting to feel a little floppy at the tail, and I don't know if that's because of the plastic used. This one isn't that bad, you know? It still holds up pretty decently. If you saw my Burning one, it is getting a little loose in that 3rd version. This one, he's not like generally loose, but the tail is noticeably like very loose here, you know? So yeah, that's a thing that's happening, and we'll see how Burning turns out if this is that loose. But overall, the SH Monsterarts has better articulation. For effect parts, the SH Monsterarts comes with the flame effect that it came with the first time, and the mouthpiece it also came with the first time. I don't really like these. It was cool when it was there before, because the Neca did not come with it, but now, not so much. I won't even use this. If you saw my final thoughts in my regular video, like, I just put this in here. And it fits when you're doing the upward thing. And that's another thing this guy wins on for the articulation. He's able to do that, and Neca's not. So to do that, all you need to do is that, and that looks a lot better than it did. However, I think the Neca comes with some really nice effect parts with this Flame Blast, which to me looks a little more accurate. I don't believe the Godzilla Flame Blast, Atomic Blast, you know, looks like this, all haphazard like that. It is nice, but I think this is more accurate to what we see. And you get this really cool blast effect, which, I mean, you could end up using for a lot of different things. So, you know, you could put it in there like that, you could be striking it down, you know. I don't know how well this fit in his mouth. I think that might have been one of the issues I had. Stick the tongue in there. It's a little loosey-goosey. You definitely need to finagle it and then, you know, plop that into the other side. That all said, I do think these are cooler. I much rather have this than the little jaw piece, so I'm gonna give it to the Neca with this stuff because I think it's really nice. And my final thoughts. I think the Neca wins, guys. This time the Neca wins because, you know, one thing, this is not easily accessible, so that's a detriment. But I usually don't count that against the figure itself, but this time there's other things. Even though this is quite stunning, it is. It's not quite perfect, and at the end of the day, there's things about it, personally, that bother me, you know? While this guy just has grown on me over time. Now, here's the thing about any video like this, any like tops of the year videos, those opinions could change. Any review, guys, my opinion can change. Anybody's opinion can change the very next day, the very next hour, you know? So keep that in mind whenever you're watching anybody's reviews, anybody's comparison videos about anything. This is all subjective and can change in the blink of an eye. My opinion of this guy has grown over the past few months, and I really, really like it. I really like looking at it. The teeth even bother me less on this one. So, I mean, the teeth are the same. It's like, you know, it's just not right. But I do like the overall paint. It's clean, it's uniform, it looks good on this guy. This guy has some stuff about it that bothers me. In general, this shin here. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. And the price point, you know, when you do pay that much for this, even though you get a lot of cool stuff, you know, you gotta factor that in there. So there you go, guys. I'm giving it to the Neca this time. You know, don't worry if you didn't get this one, and not because of the quality, because overall this looks really, really cool. But, you know, I just feel like it's not something to go crazy over. It's not like, it's not going to be my figure of the year. It's not going to make my figure of the year, you know, countdown at all. And this guy has a good shot of making it. So, I don't know yet. It's, you know, we gotta see. Tune in. So this time, I'm giving it to the Neca because I do really like this figure. There you go, guys. That is my comparison video. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Buy me coffee on coffee if you dig what I do. Become a zillion today. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.